Hello Crafty Crandall fam. I love it when I pre-order something and I completely forget about it and then magically it just appears in the mail. That is one of my favorite things, and today that happened with the 30-day sketchbook project by Minnie Small. I am so excited to dive into this book, so without any further ado, let's hop into it. This book was available for pre-order some time ago through Amazon.com, and so I bought a copy, pre-ordered, and was so excited when it arrived. The 30-Day Sketchbook Project by Minnie Small contains daily exercises and prompts to fill pages, improve your art, and explore your creativity. I have already read the introduction of this book and plan on going through the first set of prompts with you today, so exercise number 1, but this book essentially gives you 30 days worth of exercises and prompts for your sketchbook, and then also provides you with like kind of extra homework assignments as well, so that you can take what you've learned in the pages and the tutorials that she gives you and apply them to your sketchbook in addition to what she's taught you. So it really helps you explore your creativity, as she states, and kind of teaches you something about art, but then also makes you apply it. While I don't think that I will be going through this within 30 days, because to be honest, I just don't have time to do art every single day, I will plan on going through this entire book, and will probably do an extensive review at the end of the book once I have finished it in my own sketchbook. As far as a sketchbook is concerned, I will be using my ELO sketchbook. I love this thing. It is a mixed media sketchbook, so I can do pretty much anything in here. So like Posca markers, alcohol markers, paint, I can do gouache, and I can do watercolor. So I'm really excited to hop into today's lesson, which is going to be using some watercolor. For my watercolors, I'm going to use my M-Gram colors that I purchased in my New York City art haul. If you haven't seen that video, I will leave it linked for you in the cards above. It was a really fun time, and I haven't gotten to use these watercolors as much as I would like, so I'm going to go ahead and use them for the exercises because she suggests using a limited color palette of 3 colors. This first exercise was just to get you warmed up and ready to go. Actually, the first 3 exercises were such. This particular one involved painting teardrop shapes in a variety of opacities, so adding more or less water to a singular color and trying to make a few large teardrops and then making smaller ones kind of coming out from there, just in the direction of the original teardrop. Now, personally, I don't think I did a great job varying the opacity for these. I don't know if it's because I'm just not familiar with these watercolors, or if it's because I was not patient enough to actually vary the water content, but alas, mine doesn't look nearly as good as the example, but I don't think that's the point. I think the point was just to warm up and get your initial marks on the sketchbook, if you will. The next exercise was kind of similar. It was to draw some original lines in some varying colors of kind of similar colors, and then to just continue drawing lines from there in various different orientations and, again, varying colors, just to get something that looks kind of neat on the page and get you warmed up and ready to go for a different exercise or to fill something else in your sketchbook. The last exercise was definitely the most difficult one, and I probably didn't choose the right colors, but it was to draw essentially shapes of varying colors, and then you'll draw that same shape but in an outline form, kind of overlapping the original shapes, and then draw smaller versions of that same shape, just kind of in a dot pattern form. So overall, really fun, easy warm-ups. The first casualty on the book. Oh no. But honestly, I think that's what this book is for, so I'm okay with it. Alright, so there you have it, my finished warm-up. The next part of the prompt is to simply make 4 pages of your sketchbook not blank. So she recommends doing this in a variety of ways, either through, watercolor, putting paper there, coloring it with paint. I'm going to try to use my watercolor crayons, so I'm going to have a lot of fun doing this, and I think that the warm-up was really good. For this first page, I just kind of wanted to ease into using my watercolor crayons and just making a flat wash, well, a flat gradated wash. Gradiated? However you say it. I wanted to create just a flat wash on this page so that I can go back and try to do something with it later with either a marker or a pen or colored pencils or something. But to just make it not a blank page, my plan was just to go through it with a quick wash, because I felt like that was kind of the intention of the exercise, is to make these relatively quick and easy ways of making the pages not blank. And next, I am just going to fill this page with red acrylic, because acrylic is something that I like using graphite over, but I almost never do it. So this page will be great because I already have all the marker stains, so I'll cover it with acrylic, and then later I'll plan on going back with graphite over it. Spoiler alert, no graphite was used on the top of this paint in the end. But it is something that I like to do, and we'll probably do a different page with that very same intention later on. I love filling random pages with just like acrylic or gouache paint. It is really relaxing, and it just makes a really cool effect to have that solid opaque background for whatever you're going to do with it. I love this a lot. And for my next 2 blank pages, I'm going to put this little Harry Potter insert that I got from the playbill when I went to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway. And then I'm also going to fill I think a diagonal sheet with graph paper, because I think that'll look really cool. The next day's warm-up page is to go ahead and do a collage to support a journaling page in your sketchbook, which is really cool. It is to kind of lay out your goals, lay out your intentions with your sketchbook, and do so in a really creative manner. So I'm gonna go ahead and do day 2 as well, as it is now actually a separate day. And I'm going to try this out. Try to make a collage, try to maybe use some of the pages from exercise 1 and make a collage out of them now that I've got them in the sketchbook. As far as what I'll be using to do this, I've got some stickers here, just a bunch of random scrapbooking type stickers. I've got some Apple stickers, a Metro card, some stickers that I got with some activewear that I bought, some sticky notes, and some gray paper to kind of put in so that I can do the writing that it suggests that you do. And then I've actually got some books of scrapbook paper that I'll probably use as well, just to kind of zhuzh up the display of the collages. I think I'm going to start by just layering some of these pieces of paper, or maybe looking through here to see if there's a better option. Maybe that one, or that. Oh yes, let's use this one. That'll be beautiful with the nice gray. And then kind of just working on this red page right now, but I also realized that I have a leftover purple page here as well, so I might try to do something on this page. And then the other pages that we went through in the beginning of the video, this one kind of got messed up because I didn't let the paint dry all the way, but honestly I'm not too mad about it. I feel like I can still do something with this page. And then I kind of want to fill out this as more of a collage, but then I think I'm going to leave this one as it is to kind of try to draw something on this page. Going back to the red page, I started off by just cutting out the general rectangular shape that I wanted and layered the scrapbooking paper with the plain gray paper. I think this created a really cool backdrop effect. I love having something like that. Personally, I think that just makes it really aesthetically pleasing, especially with the colors and the red that was originally there. I also had these really neat metallic flower stickers, which kind of tied in with the flowers of the backdrop, so everything just kind of fell into place. I didn't really plan for this necessarily, but it ended up working out really well in the end. On this page, I think I'm going to try to use this sunburst paper, which I have used in a previous video. If you've seen my collage video that I've done before, which I will link for you, I've actually done kind of something very similar to what I'm going to do with this, but I'm just going to use this paper to try to make this more of like a sun, and then I'm going to put the Metro card in here because I got this in New York, and that's where I rode the Metro, so I'm going to try to stick this in somewhere where it makes sense, and then we'll see what other creative things we can do to this. I first cut out all of the darker orange little pieces, and I quickly realized that I was still going to be covering up a lot of the words and the Harry Potter portion. So I took out some of the other pieces, put them on the other side so that they were only covering a bit of Fox's wing, and I think that made it perfect. I really love how this turned out, and I think that it was a really fun exercise. For whatever reason, this paper always works super well for collages. And for this last page, in stark contrast to the very nice skull that we've got here, which I did not come up with this concept, this is a redraw of a Tremonti album cover for Marching in Time. I'm going to do like a really cutesy, fun page here. So I've got my heart stickers. I'm going to put these 2 stickers on it. I might put one of my sticky notes, but then I also think I'm going to use the pink theme from this sticker kind of across this thing. So I'm going to use pink, and I might do like a border of this paper just to have a backdrop to like kind of write on this page as well. This was definitely the most fun page to do. I stuck with the circular theme from the polka dots and cut it into a circle, used the stickers, and just created a really cutesy purple and pink themed page for my sketchbook. Some Posca marker polka dots to finish it off, and it was done. I love how this contrasts. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. And here I thought that I was just going to leave this page blank, but now I will try to write something in the circle and in the sticky note, and then I will go back through the other pages and try to write on them as well, since that is the prompt, is not only to build the pages, but also to write something in them. On this page, I just stuck with a larger message for the bubble, which was be yourself. And then on the bottom of that, I wanted to write unapologetically, but I couldn't fit it in with how I started it, so I just wrote unapologetic, which I think worked out pretty well. Then on the little sticky note, I also wrote stand on top of your mistakes. And then on the red page, I ended up using a white gel pen to write with, which I thought made it look really cool and kind of blend in a little bit more. But essentially, I wrote myself a note to not be afraid to speak my mind, and to basically not be afraid to try new things. And yeah, I mean, you can kind of read it here. If you pause it, you can read what I wrote. But it was basically just a reminder for me, since this was more of like a journaling type exercise, to get better. Overall, I am so excited with how these pages turned out, and I could not be happier with this book. Truly, Minnie did a phenomenal job with this book, and I am so excited to go through the next 28 days of prompts, albeit probably not in order, but I can't wait to fill this sketchbook with all of the amazing ideas that she has in this book, because it is just phenomenal. Very excited. I am feeling very creatively charged and just really appreciative that she has created this amazing book. And I hope that you guys will go and check it out. The 30-Day Sketchbook Project by Minnie Small, daily exercises for you in your sketchbook. It is a really amazing book. It is high quality, the language is accessible, the materials needed aren't that crazy, and it really does just get you thinking creatively. Although my collage is nowhere near as sophisticated and as complex as hers, I feel like I accomplished something really great today in my sketchbook, and I would not have done it if not for this book. So seriously, go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to give this video a like if you liked it. Consider subscribing to my channel down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!